Peace and prosperity be unto all who's listening and watching. It's your girl, Lachey Miller, right? And I'm back with another video. And today, I just want to talk to you guys about burnout versus depression. And I talk about depression and things like that on this channel a lot. I've been experiencing a burnout, and I do have like all these different, this one video that explains you the different phases and steps of burnout. I will link it down in the description box below. Just experiencing, you're like at this like extreme, I'm at like this extreme point in life where I'm just tired. I'm just tired of doing the same old things, tired of seeing the same old places, and tired of experiencing the same old experience. Now I know that we do a lot of things to sacrifice along the way to get where we want to be. We make a lot of sacrifices, say a lot of no's, but in 2021, I want to say yes to the things I usually say no to. I want to see more places. I want to experience more things. And I want to put myself in a position where I can be financially free. Have more streams of income than ever before. Tired of having the same old experience. Learning is a privilege, and it's something I always valued as a child, and I still do to this day. I am completely burned out of what I've been doing. Not the things I'm passionate for, because if you're constantly doing something that supports what you do, but it's not necessarily something you actually are passionate about, it's not something that you actually care for, but it's something that it gets the job done, it pays the bills, it gets you by. It's easy to burn out of something that you've learned, something that, not necessary for you, something that you for a long time been trying to get away from, or trying to, just get to another place in life, So here lately, I just been in a stage of burnout, exhaustion, restlessness, tired, and just over the same thing, right? But I've been working so hard, and I just feel like something is bound to happen for me. I just keep it in my mind that something greater is going to happen. I've been working hard. I've been consistent. I've been devoted. I've been persistent. I've been constantly focusing and helping people and doing all I can, all I know to extend my abilities. But I also exhausted those things. Exhausted. Because in the midst of doing what I love consistently, I was also consistently doing something I didn't love in order to support what I do love. And it's very oxymoron, contradiction, you live to get by, but I want to live to thrive. I want to live to do more than survive. I want to live in the abundance and the prosperity and the fruitfulness of what life truly has to offer, what God truly intended for us. And I don't wish to continue to, just get by, live a mediocre life, because that's not who I am. And that's never what I've been striving for. So burnout is just being completely tired of doing the repetitious stuff that you do on a daily basis that doesn't serve you growth or purpose. And even if it has a purpose, you outlearned it. And I'm not saying it's not something new that you can't learn from it. I'm just saying you get tired from it. Now, depression is more bad for the mental. When you experience anything, you got to have a strong state of mind, right? Because depression hits the mind mostly than it does the physical attribute of the person. The mind can be very negative if you don't think in a positive light or a positive manner. Depression ultimately is to give you rest. So I'm experiencing a burnout. So if I don't properly take care of myself, give myself the proper rest, I will fall into a state of depression, is what I'm saying. How I know, because I've studied the body. I've studied psychology. I've studied the different things that happen when you don't properly give yourself the rest. Your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit, you don't give yourself the proper things you need, your body shuts down on you. It goes into this full state of depression. And because you're already in a state of burnout, naturally your mind's going to be negative. You're already tired. You're already frustrated with the same old thing. Of course, your mind is negative. Of course, depression's bad. But depression is deep rest. Depression is good for your body because it allows you to get to a place of recuperating. It allows your body to rest from the things that you do all the time. Because in a state of depression, you no longer want to do the things you normally do. You want to rest. You feel demotivated, but naturally, you have to motivate yourself every day. So imagine when depression hits, it's 1,000 times fold. You really have to be in a good state of mind to handle it. Now, a lot of people feel down and they feel the need to, fall into a state of suicide. It's very extreme, but I'm just saying most people really get to that state of being once they fall into depression. You really have to have a strong mental state for depression because it helps your body rest. When you don't give yourself the proper rest, like if you're somebody who's a truck driver, if truck drivers didn't stop on the side of the road and, sleep on the side of the road like they do, or stop at those truck stops, if truck drivers didn't do that, they would wreck their cars. Their bodies would completely shut down on them. You know why I know? Because I experienced it before. When I was like 19, I was working 2 24-hour jobs, and I was driving back and forth to those jobs. And one early in the morning, I was tired. It was times I remember I would sleep and I would wake up and I would still be driving. And ultimately, eventually, I wrecked my car and ended up on one side of the road heading one way, landing on the opposite side of traffic in another lane, heading another way. So you got to take proper care of yourself or your body will shut down on you and you will go into this mental state of depression. If your mind is not strong enough, you will go into a state of suicide. I mean, it's just different forms of self improvement that we can really prepare ourselves for. But because we don't do the proper things for ourselves, take care of our mental state of being and our bodies, and really listen to ourselves when we're tired, we shut down. We shut down in the most unproductive, the most negative, pessimistic way ever. And I want you guys to be mindful of what you allow yourself to endure during a burnout, during a depression, during suicidal thoughts. When you allow yourself to get to such a low point where you're not listening to your body, you're not listening to yourself, of course your body will turn against you. But your mind will be the biggest enemy you have. Your mind can be your greatest friend or your worst nightmare, right? So make sure that you're feeding good things into your mind. You're feeding good things into your body, and you're listening to yourself and like literally hearing, what your body's saying. Saying if you're hungry, feed yourself, If you're thirsty, give yourself something to drink. If you're tired, rest. If your body's tired from doing something repetitiously, hear yourself out. It's time for a change. It's time for something different. Our bodies don't tell us these things. We don't get these signs for no reason. It's time to make a difference, but you have to first decide what that difference is for you. So, I've been experiencing a major burnout in my life. It's probably not the first time. But this burnout really just means for me that I just need to make a major change in my life. Seriously. Depression, I don't think too bad about it. I know what it's for and how it helps me. And I know if I'm in a really low state of being, it's so negative for me. But it's really good for my body because I don't do nothing when I am. It's really powerful to know what it does for you because it's really deep rest. Your body is shutting down to recuperate and rest in a way that you weren't willing to when you had the chance to listen to yourself. So, peace, love. Hope you guys have a prosperous day, and I hope this video helps you.